What's going on, Sumolings? Thank you so much for joining us for another product walkthrough webinar. I am Lindsay. Today, I am joined by the team over at Optinly. Optinly lets you easily grow goal-based website pop-ups with specific triggers to engage visitors and grow your customer base. It is available on AppSumo right now, starting at $49 for a lifetime deal. And it currently has a 5 taco rating in our store. People are raving about it in the reviews. So before we go ahead and walk you through the tool, I just want to tell y'all a few quick things if you haven't been to one of these before. The first is that if you want to tell us a little bit about your use case, why you're interested in this tool, you can go ahead and leave that in the chat room. We love to hear it. We have already gotten a Q&A. Why did your Zoom start after you already started your webinar? I don't know. I'm not sure why. If you have any more questions, it happens every time. I have truly no idea. I am so sorry. If you have any more questions about the tool, the deal, how to get set up, you can go ahead and leave those questions in the Q&A box down below this video. We will be circling back to questions at the end of the walkthrough. We also have somebody from the Optinly team here to help y'all out. And the last thing is that there will be a replay of this available. So if you need to step out, if you have any, cool, if you want to just like watch this later, you totally can. Sorry, I got distracted. We have questions coming in. Thank you all for your questions. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pass this over to you, Ram. How are you doing today?
Yes, I'm doing fantastic, Lindsay. How are you doing?
I am doing great. I am excited to have you. I'm going to go ahead and pass this over to you for the walkthrough.
Thank you.
And have fun.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you. So let me just share my screen and then let me know if everybody can see my screen.
Yep, looks good. We got a presentation.
Okay, perfect. So, okay, so it's loading. So while it is loading, so I just want to thank every Sumoling that has been working with us for the past week, and then we are really happy about the response which we have got over the last 5 to 6 days. So thank you so much for all the love. Not only just purchasing, but also all the reviews that have come by. So we are very happy to be on AppSumo, and then there's an excellent community. So thank you so much for all the feedback. So it has really helped us push through in terms of what to prioritize and what to not prioritize. So thank you so much. So with that, I want to quickly talk about at a very fundamental level, what is Optinly? So Optinly is a SaaS-based tool that helps you capture leads, engage your audience, and increase sales. So how does it do it? So I'll quickly go ahead and then explain that to you. There is a very I'm going to go through a deck, as well as there is a quick walkthrough also. We'll keep it at 30 to 35 minutes. So as you know, we have a current 5-star rating that's going on in there, and then so we also want people to experience the tool and also go ahead and then leave us positive reviews. So we are doing this as a webinar special here. So you can go ahead and then get 2 additional websites, or you can also go ahead and then get I would say $20 worth of Amazon gift card, and then so whichever works best for you. So all that you have to do is purchase the tool and leave us a review, and then write to my email ID ram@optinly.com, and then we'll be able to go ahead and then credit it to you. So that's the webinar special that we are running for the day. So we're going to start with a little bit of housekeeping notes in here. So it's very simple and straightforward. So we're going to talk about how Optinly can help you capture more leads. And then we are going to talk about what are some conversion statistics. So how Optinly can help you improve your lead conversion statistics. And we're going to do a quick live demo overview, and then some social proof on how well this deal has been doing and stuff like that. So we will end with an ask us anything on call. I also have my co-founder Ramesh is here, so we'll go from there. So let's get started. So what are the use cases with which you can go ahead and then use Optinly? So of course, you can use Optinly to go ahead and then capture leads. And then there is an email collection pop-up that you can use for that. And then you can also create the fear of missing out factor to all your website visitors with the help of a countdown timer, because it prompts a lot of impulsive buying. So all that we'll show you, because we have the spin wheel, we have the countdown timer. So we have all the templates that can help you induce FOMO in a good way, not in a bad way. So the other thing that will help, that Optimally helps you to do, is go ahead and then engage your audience. Again, spin wheel is a very, very good. Now, for example, lead magnets. If you have a PDF, if you want to go ahead and then share a coupon code, you can just use a spin wheel pop-up that we have, and then you can go ahead and then, for a return of an email ID, exchange of an email ID, you can share the coupon code with them. And then you can also use, we have pop-ups that will help you go ahead and then project a coupon code and then pop up at the point of purchase and everything. So that's the one of the other use cases. And we also have pop-ups that will help you conduct surveys, route you to the some of that, right? So some of all the feedback that you get is a lot is very instantaneous. So it is always best that you run surveys at critical points of your website. So you can go ahead and then do that. And if you have an e-commerce store, and then it's one thing that you would really go ahead and then really go ahead and then worry about, is reducing the shopping cart abandonment in those stores. So we have built an amazing technology that's called the exit intent technology. So whenever somebody tries to exit your website, boom, a pop-up will show up, and then you can go ahead and then show this show an offer. You can show like a ebook in exchange for people wanting to stay back. So we can do everything. So that's that is the shopping cart abandonment tool. And then, so I want to go ahead and then give you so this was the use cases for Optimally. Part A of the webinar is done. Now coming to part B. So why should you use a pop-up in the first place? Generally, a pop-up is considered to be a nuisance, right? So what approach that Optimally has taken is, what if pop-ups were looked and felt like the part of the website, so it is no longer considered a nuisance, and it is very discreet in a way that it blends with your website. So that is exactly what Optimally does for you. So if you look at the high performing pop-ups, right, there is a conversion rate of almost 10%. So you should use a pop-up so that you collect more email IDs. And one of the reasons why you should collect email IDs, that's a very fundamental question, because what happens in here is that if you can use any advertising method like Google ads, or like a Facebook ad, or or a Twitter ad. And what happens is that it all that is paid media. So to go ahead and then advertise again on LinkedIn, you have to shell out more dollars, right? But what if you had one owned media, which is emails that you collect off your website, which with users consent you can keep sending them relevant information over and over again. So it is very important that you build a very strong email list. So Optimally enables you to just that. And then if you use a countdown timer, right? So again, it induces a small FOMO, and then that's very effective. And instead of using three input boxes, like asking for name, email, and phone, instead of, if you just ask for name and email, it is found to be higher conversion rate, even 50x more higher conversion rate. So all these are the best practices. And what we have done is we have taken a complete new approach of taking away the design factor from you, and we do all the heavy lifting with almost 75 plus templates. More of it in the upcoming slides. So what we have done is we have looked at the act of designing a pop-up as, I would say, what I would say is it is a combination of what I would say as It's an art and a science. So what we have done is, you look at any other pop-up or a pop-up builder or a website visitor engagement tool out there, you have to build everything from scratch, right? The biggest trouble of creating a pop-up is actually creating the pop-up in the first place that will stops you from using it on your website. But what Optinly does is, it does all the heavy lifting. Almost every single thing that you can imagine, or any single use case that you can imagine, is all available in the pop. So you have like 75 plus highly responsive and customizable templates. So it is working across devices, it is working across multiple form factors. So anything that you can think of on the top of your head, we have covered all use cases, and we have built all the best practices into the tool. So we also have different rules. So let's say that if you want to just go ahead and then show a pop-up in the pricing page, yes, you can do that. If you want to say, I want to go ahead and then show a pop-up only when somebody goes ahead and then lands on my homepage, yes, you can do that. So there are rules and triggers that you can do. And also, there is also what we have built as the exit intent. So if somebody is trying to exit your website, this will immediately come up, and then it will stop, it will throw up an offer. And the best thing is, we offer seamless integration. So MailChimp integration, or any email sending software that you can think of, yes, we do have it. And we have been also been listening to a lot of feedback that we've been getting from the community. So thank you so much. And the next, so we are working on all the integration requests. We are working on a team feature, sub team feature, and everything. So that has been really, really helpful. So the agency version is on the pipeline. So I don't have an ETA, so I know that's the next question, but we are listening carefully, and also we have gone ahead and then implementing it also. Right now, the focus is on integration, so that you can push the data seamlessly into as many integrations as possible. So we also have an in-depth analytics board, so that you will understand what is working, what is not working. So you will have all that information in there. So that's this is something that you can go ahead and then use it. So that is one. And then before Ramesh is going to go ahead and then do the onboarding and live demo session, but I just want to give you a very high level about the offer. So we have tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, and tier 5. So this is the price and the number of sites you get. And like I mentioned, if you buy any of the plans, and then if you want an upgrade, and then so if you purchase and then write a review, of course, we can add 2 websites, and also you can choose between adding 2 websites in any of the plans, or except for the unlimited, it doesn't make sense, or with the $20 Amazon coupon code. So that is the thing. And right now, as we speak, so this is the rating, 4.93 of 5. So we have about like 30 reviews. Across 30 reviews, so it has done really, really well. It has gone through the acid test, but it has done really, really well. And here are some of the feedback that we got. It's easy to use, plug and play, feature rich. The key is simplicity, because we've done a lot to build simplicity into this thing. Simplicity, and then has been built from the ground up. So even someone with very basic design knowledge can use the templates and then get a pop-up up and running live on their website in less than 2-3 minutes, probably 10 minutes, not definitely not 2-3 minutes. So yes. And then yeah, price also simple, easy, and fast, and does what it says. Okay, now before we start the Ask Me Anything, I'm going to quickly turn this over to Ramesh, and then he's going to take you through the tool. So the actual demonstration. Ramesh?
Yeah, thank you, Ram. Really appreciate it for handling the session well. So, hey guys,
Yeah.
I'm myself, Ramesh. I'm going to share my screen and I show you a demo of how Optinly works. It'll be a high-level overview. Feel free to, ask me any questions or Ram any questions after this demo. So, in the demo, you already, I guess most of you are familiar with this, screen. This is a dashboard. As soon as you log in, it will be taking you here. So, like Ram said, we built Optinly to be very, very, very simple to work with, and it's easy to understand. So there are not much, you don't have to do a lot of heavy lifting. We do the heavy lifting for you. So to create a campaign, it's very easy. You can start creating a campaign from here. Also, help you when you are simultaneously running multiple campaigns. Okay, so so let us say, okay, so for this example, I'm just going to just sample title. I'm just doing it, and the next screen it'll actually ask you to choose a template that you wanted to design. Just a second, hold on. I think it is my session got timed out. Sorry about it. Oh. So just give me a second, okay? So my session got timed out. Please bear with me.
So there, in the meantime, there's a question that has come by where they're asking, does Optinly run on their server or on the Optinly server? So Optinly is a full-fledged SaaS offering. So you don't have to worry about running it on your servers. So this is completely on our side. So so that is the that is the way it is done. Any other question in the meantime? So if you have,
yeah, just a second, hold on. Just
this is the webinar.
I'm having a small difficulty.
Yeah,
please,
Ramesh.
Yeah, okay. No, I'm so sorry. Just back.
Ramesh, not
okay,
an issue. This is
right. Okay, no worries. It's okay. So
no, it is the webinar. It is the webinar curse. Don't worry.
Thank you.
Really is.
Yes.
So when you it's back. So I'm sorry about it. I'm on a poor connection probably. So as soon as you create a campaign, it actually offers you a number of templates. So you can choose the templates from. We offer actually 7 types of templates. 6 types of templates. Normal pop-ups, and you have floating bars. You have sidebar. You have full screen pop-ups, and you have the gamification options like spin wheel, and also for pop-up launcher, which is like an eye catcher type of animation. So for this demo, I'm just going to use a normal template that actually helps you to, capture emails. So as soon as you choose the template, it'll actually load you the settings. So just, okay. So initially you have 2 options in the settings. You can show the, pop up on a page load, or you can show it on an exit intent. And also you can have a timing set. So for example, a visitor comes in, if you wanted to show the pop-up immediately, you can set this to 0. For example, if you wanted to set this to, let's say 10 minutes later or 10 seconds later, you can say this, okay, I'm setting this to 10 seconds later. And there is also one more reason which Ram was actually talking about, if you keep the pop-up showing up and again for the same visitor, people get annoyed. So for this purpose, we actually give you a lot more control over how this pop-up should reappear for the same visitor. So this has 2 important settings here. So Optinly automatically, if, for example, a visitor came to your site, saw the pop-up, he actually gave his email address and clicked subscribe. In this case, the pop-up will not appear for the same customer again. That's it. Because we collected the email address for that visitor. So for him, for his browser, it will not appear. But if the same customer, same visitor, did not subscribe, you can have a setting here that actually can set up, for example, 5 days to reappear for the same visitor, right? And also you have fine-grained targeting rules. That rules, for example, you can target based on URLs. For instance, you may want this pop-up to show up only in a specific page in your store. For example, let's say only in an about page, or let's say you wanted to show this only in a blog page. You also have a condition where you can exclude some of the URLs. For example, instead of contains blog, there might be a reason, say, to say I don't want this pop-up to appear on my about page. You can also do that. Just in case if you wanted to target based on the query. For example, some let's say there is a visitor who is coming from your Instagram feed or any source that you have using, for example, from your ad campaign where you have set up a UTM parameter. You can do that. For example, let's say if the query parameter contains UTM campaign equal to Instagram or Google Ads, you can set this. So this pop-up will appear only when the URL contains this query parameter. So you have fine-grained targeting based on the URLs of the website, so which you can use this, right? and also you can target based on the devices. So by default, the pop-up is actually scheduled to appear in all three types of devices. Let's say desktop, mobiles, and tablets. You can also, have these, appear only on desktop, and you can turn off in mobiles and tablets, but you can also make it appear on mobile and tablets as well. By default, all the templates that we provide is automatically responsive. So if you to customize the template, you can just click customize. It'll actually load the editor, pop-up editor, where you can customize the template. And each and every text, images, and all those things, and everything is completely customizable. When you click edit icon here, I think you probably saw the edit icon already. If I'm going too fast, please let me know. So let's say I want to change this to invite all links. And I want to change any font family. I have the option to change all the time. Font to we provide integrations with. This is all Google fonts. So we provide about 26 to 30 type of fonts. There will be more fonts that are actually coming up soon. So you can change the font. You can also change the particular color of heading. For example, if you wanted to link particular text also, you can do that. For example, let's say I'm highlighting some more links here, and I can link it. So if you click on this link, you can edit the URL. Let's say I want this to be taken. If someone clicks on it, I want this to be taken to google.com. You can do that. Similarly, you can edit all the descriptions and text, whatever that appear here. Similarly, you can also change the form field placeholder text. For example, I can say email. For the button text is subscribe, and you can also customize the font family, color, background color, border colors, and all the colors of even the button also. So for example, you can customize it, font size, and you can change the colors. So this is all up here. So in case if you want the button to be redirected after the subscription, in most of the cases, you may what happens is that as soon as the customer clicks, gives his email address and clicks subscribe, he will see a thank you message, basically. So the thank you for subscription, this is the message that will appear. And this is completely customizable as well. Thank you, thanks. And you can redirect. As soon as the thank you message shown up, it'll wait for a few seconds and it can be redirected to any particular page, for example, let's say example.com. So if you wanted to redirect to, you can do that completely, right? So similarly, we can change the background image. This is the default image that actually comes up with. While changing the image, we have integration with Pixabay, and you can choose from tons and tons of images. You can search. Have to leave your website to Pixabay to search for an image. You can search anywhere. So within the pop-up itself, within Optinly itself, and choose an image. And because I chose a bigger image, it actually shows up in a squeezed format. But you get the idea, right? So, and similarly, you can also upload images from your own computer. You can drag and drop and any image file, and it'll be automatically uploaded, and it'll be served immediately into the design, your pop-up design. So once you're done, the other important factor I just wanted to highlight here is the accept terms and conditions. Especially this is valid in I guess there's a question, can I add my logo? Yes, of course, you can add your logo, no worries. And in the accept terms and conditions, you have a few extra options. This is especially useful when you want to be GDPR compliant. So you can have, you can turn this off without any, terms and conditions appearing. But you can also have this checked by default. And also you can have this unchecked by default. If it is unchecked and the customer has to check the box and then click submit, right? And also we have some little cool animations that you can do. For example, this, you can do this. Some zoom in, fade in, and flip in. We will be adding few more cool animations for these pop-ups so that it actually appears more engaging and appealing to the customers and visitors. So once you're done with the template, just you can save these templates, and it usually takes 30 seconds to reflect on your site. So you can go back to the settings. So these are all the settings. These settings appear almost all the sites actually. So I mean almost all the pop-ups. But some of the pop-ups may have special settings, especially, for example, the spin wheel option. So in the spin wheel option, we have a number of options actually. So you can set up the probability, the win information. In a spin wheel, especially the most important is that choosing the theme. The first thing is that choosing the wheel theme, the primary color and the secondary color. You can change these colors, by going here. And you can edit all the labels here. So the labels of the wheel and the discount code that actually reveals. And if it is a win, you need to turn it as a win. And if this is a loss, if your label says it is a loss, you have to turn this off. Okay. And you can set a probability on a 100 score basis. So let's say you want lots of, let's say you out of the 100 visits, out of the 100 times, if you want this probability of people losing 20 times, 20% of the time you set it as 20 here. For example, if you want, the sum total of the probability should be 100, right? So based on that, you can set the probability of each and every, the palette, okay? So each and every part of the wheel, you can set a probability. Based on that probability, it will work. And you can delete this as well. So some of the labels you can delete and add it as well, right? So, and also you have, the next important thing is that the collection part, email collection part. In the email collection part, we give you two options to gather the name, get the input name and the email address. As usual, the name field and the email address field is customizable. And also the button field is fully customizable as well. And you can also have the terms and conditions shown here. And also you have the no thanks text being given here. And in a spin wheel, by default, we have two types of outcomes. One is a win information and the other one is a loss. So if you are in a win information, you can edit, completely customize the win information. So for example, you can win it and use the shortcode price to show the discount code the customer wanted. And the label, sorry, the price label. And you can also in the coupon code, you can display it here. And just in case, for example, if you are not giving any coupon code, you can also turn this off, right? And the copy button, for example, some people may not be offering, in some of the websites, you may be offering a download option, probably, instead of giving a coupon code might be more relevant in the e-commerce site. But for example, if you're running a blog and if you're offering a free ebook, right? Or even if you're offering your own book to some of the customers to win, in this case, you can change this to download, and you can hide this coupon code and enter the link to your download link here. So as soon as the customer clicks the download, it actually will take them to the download link, and they can get download. They can download the book. Okay. So this is another way of using. Instead of showing the coupon code, you can also offer this for freebies and other stuff. Similarly, for the last instance. So if the customer has lost, you may want to give them a cool text or something that time actually. Sorry. So once you have configured the template, and similarly, it has the same kind of options that you saw earlier for the display rule targeting rules. You can, reveal. You can have the spin wheel coming up after a visitor spends some time, or you can also have the, the spin wheel reappear for the same visitor after X number of ways. You can target them. All these things is possible, right? So I think I have given a fair overview of how these pop-ups work, and if you have, and the other thing is as soon as a customer gives his email address, we can view all this the subscription list list of your subscribers in the subscriber tab. And the important part here is the the integrations. Let's say you're using I think you can find most of the popular email service providers in the integration list, and you can integrate with MailChimp, ConvertKit, HubSpot, MailerLite. Integration is very, very simple. We are giving you almost the documentation for all of the integrators. It is very easy. Just grab the API key and choose the audience list, and then just connect. Once connected, all the emails captured by Optinly will be automatically sent to your email list, right? So, and you can, so by default, the Optinly provides you multiple sites. So you can add, this one site is, for the demo purpose, I'm just using a single site option. For the multi-site option, for example, if you have bought the tier 1, you have 5 websites, you can add all the 5 websites here, and for each site, you can manage the, campaigns separately. And while installing it, for each website, you have the different app ID. The app ID is the key here. So you can always grab the installation instructions here. In case if you're using WordPress, we already have a plugin come with the integration for WordPress. You can just download and install and just copy the app ID here and paste it in your WordPress plugin and just connect it. If you're not using in WordPress, you can always copy this one and use it in the at the bottom, just at the bottom before the body tag of your static website. And also we have an option to you can also integrate Optinly by using Google Tag Manager as well. We have given complete step-by-step instructions for Optinly for Google Tag Manager. There is a step-by-step instructions, so you don't even have to change anything in case if your website is already using Google Tag. Google Tag Manager is an easiest way to add any snippet possible. So we have given step-by-step instructions with screenshots. You can follow these instructions to install Optinly in any of your websites in any platform you have, right? So I guess that's the end of the demo. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me or
Ramesh.
Yeah.
Ramesh,
Yeah.
why don't you just quickly show them the pop-up launcher? So that is also pretty sleek,
sure.
right? So the launcher pop-up, yeah.
So the launcher pop-up is actually something that is actually unique to Optinly. So let me create a campaign for that. So launcher pop-up places you a unique small chat-like animated widget at the end of your website. At the end, at the bottom of your own website. So let me show you a preview. Sorry. Okay. Just one moment.
No, you can just go back to the previous screen, and then it will show in the just go back to the previous screen to all the template section.
I'll do it. Yeah, I'll do it. Just a second. Hold on. One more. So you can change the template. So this by default is the demo. So it actually shows up a small icon screen here, and it actually comes up in there. If you want a demo, I can also show you a demo as well. So just a second, let me show you the settings of the template as well. So you can, if I go to the customize, you will understand probably. So as you can see, the eye catcher icon that's actually going to sit at your website, so which you can have it here. So this is you can configure this. You can change the avatar. We are actually giving some pretty cool avatars here. For example, this one. So this will actually like have a small animation that keeps on running, so that people keeps on watching into it. So okay. So
Folks, you will be surprised, whoever is listening, right? So you'll be sorry to interrupt, Ramesh. So folks, you'll be very surprised like how popular this pop-up is actually. So you'll be it is like a nice eye catcher. It stays at the extreme right hand side of your website. Then usually people click on it, so they are so used to clicking those circles on every website, and the conversion is very, very high on this pop-up. You might want to just try it.
If you can give me a few minutes, I'll be able to even do a small demo as well.
No, that is, I think they have the idea. If you can just show them the very full screen takeover. So what other types of pop-ups that we have, so that then I think we can move on to the Q&A.
Yeah, sure. I'll do that. So okay. Let me create a cross campaign for full screen pop-up. Okay. So let's say go, and then the template, just choose the full screen option here. So we have about eight cool templates that you can use for the full screen pop-up. And let me choose the one. Okay, let's say let's use this. Right. So what full screen pop-up does is that it actually takes over your entire website. I mean, as soon as it comes up, it actually takes over the entire, shows up in the entire screen. That actually is very good, when you're targeting visitors for your blogs, or if you have any landing pages and where you wanted to capture the email address before the customer actually reach your landing pages. This is something that is actually very good. And okay, so it is completely entirely, everything is actually customizable, like is shown it earlier. You can replace the images from something from a Pixabay as well. So also there is a few more options here actually. So this comes with some of the descriptions. Even at the bottom of it, you have by completing this form, you can have a small description in addition to terms and conditions if you just wanted it, because this is coming up in a full screen. So you may wanted to give them a heads up or something like that. You can use it, and you also have just a minute. So this is the thank you page. The thank you page shows up in the same screen, but the thank you message is actually replaced here, and you're completely optional to increase the size of the thank you page and thank you messages, and you can also redirect them to any page you wanted to. And if you go back to the settings, and you will be able to see the preview here. So the preview actually comes here. I mean, this is a smaller one that actually it's not showing up. If you can give me, during the Q&A, if you proceed it, and then I'll be able to come back and then show you how it actually works.
Yeah. Let me, yes, perfect.
Please to take
perfect. So, yeah. So I have some questions while Ramesh is setting it up in the background. So let me have I think Lawrence has asked a question. Is there a max number? I'm not sure what exactly are you asking. The number of times something can be this thing.
If you're talking about the impressions, sorry, let me hand over this. No. If you're talking about impressions, there is no impression count now.
Yes, that's what he's talking about. And then, is there a fee for the number of images from Pixabay? No, we have their open API, which we have integrated, and unlimited images can be used from Pixabay. It is covered under the fair use policy. So just use it for the right things. You don't have to pay to Pixabay. Okay, Isabella asks a very interesting question, and this is something which we have talked about. What about if the website is multilingual? Ramesh, it is pretty much within your wheelhouse. I think
Yeah,
I know you're already thinking about this thing.
yeah. So multilingual is actually for most of the multilingual sites, you will be having a URL that actually ends with, for example, or starts with example.com/en. In these cases, you can create a pop-up that actually, let me share my screen just a second. I have it here. So let's say, when you're creating a pop-up, you have the option, you have the URL options to target. So in the URL option, what you can do is that you can put a /en and then make sure, let's say I wanted to make this completely only available to all the pages that actually starts with or has en, I mean English. So most likely, if you have a multilingual website, it starts with en.so-and-so or it ends with /en. So in this case, you have the question. I mean, I think you have the answer.
Yeah.
Right.
Ramesh, stay right there because the next question is from
Sure.
Lawrence, and then yeah, there are. I think she's asking about so the mobile features that we can talk about. So is there anything? So across devices, right? So how do you go about targeting them? And also, if you can open up a template and show them like how it is responsive across all devices. So
yeah, sure. I'll open up a template and then I'll actually show you how it is responsive. Let me choose a template. So let me choose a pop-up that actually works with. So I'll choose this one. So customize. So you can see that this is a tablet version and this is the mobile version. So you can see that how nicely it aligns across it. Are you guys able to see my screen, I guess?
Yeah. Yes. Isabella, in fact, she says yes. She's convinced with what she sees. Great.
Okay.
So
let me, I think.
There is an anonymous attendee who's asking, can you trigger options by WordPress category or tag?
Yeah, I guess you can see the full screen pop-up in my screen, I guess.
Yes, we can.
Yeah. So this is the full screen. I made it up like it comes up immediately. So that is just for the demo purposes. And perfect. I can also do this one as well. Yeah, let me go back to the settings. And let me turn off the other one. Now this is my sample. Yeah, do you see the the pop-up appearing?
Yes.
And I can also show this one as responsive mode as well. Oh, sorry. Let me start this at the bottom. So, I think it's better to remove it in a separate window. Okay, I guess you're able to see it. So let me change this to iPhone X. Oh. And then I confirm. Hopefully you're able to see it. Okay, so let me go back. And let me also show you how the pop-up with the launcher appears.
Yeah. Ramesh, just hold on there for a minute. So here is an interesting use case which someone is suggesting. Do you have any use cases where you can use pop-ups for affiliates? Yes, for affiliates, you can always use the spin wheel, and affiliates' strength is in the number of email IDs they have in their database. So you can use the spin wheel as a combination of gamification as well as an interesting way of collecting email IDs. Ramesh, why don't you just show them the spin wheel? It is much more interesting, right?
Yeah, sure, I'll do it. Just one more, just only one, this one, just a second. Okay,
Yeah.
so let me turn this off. Okay. Right, so this is the pop-up that do you see at the bottom right corner of my screen that is an animated chat widget appearing? So upon clicking it, I can see, you can also, so this keeps on sitting in there till the customer provides. Once the customer provided his email address, it'll automatically disappear. You can put some cool animations here that actually catches the visitor's eye, right? So let me change this to the spin wheel. Okay, so, sorry, let me go back to the settings, change template. Let me use the spin wheel. And just for the demo purpose, what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to go ahead with these, the same, existing text itself. Feel free to, you can change all the text. So let me do it. So, right. So let me update. Sorry. It most probably because I used the same template, it could not appear because I already used it. Let me create a new campaign for this. Change the template. So I have this set live. So you should be able to see. Oh, sorry. I closed it accidentally. Just give me a second. Let me change the GRX. Okay. Just give me a second, guys. Sorry. Right. Oh, sorry. Okay. Right. So do you see this? The spin wheel is appearing. Right. Let me do that again. Again, I close that. Okay. Right. There you go. So, right. So as soon as I enter my email address and I can give it a spin. So it spins and it actually, if I run, probably, no, sorry. So, I have the loss probability set, the default, the loss probability is higher. So that is why it is actually a loss. But it's okay. So anyway, I end up, collecting an email anyway. Right. So your email, you got the email anyway, you won, but your customer, your visitor is actually lost. So I guess, that's it. Okay, that's all. And you can change the probability of winning percentage at the moment, where we set it really, really conservative here. So I think it's, the probability of losing us is actually higher, 20/20 is there. So that is why, I get this often, mostly. So if the probability of one of them is actually, let's say, 0. And if I put this probability into 40, even 45, okay, so let me try again. If the probability is higher, the probability of me winning is actually like higher. Okay, so let's try. Okay, so this time, but numbers. No. Okay, so this time my probability of winning that 20% is actually higher because it has a 40% probability. So most probably I might. Yeah, there you go. So that's how it works. Right.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
So going forward, any other questions from the audience, please? So anybody who has already purchased is here for more training, or anybody who's evaluating, if you have any questions before you buy, so you can ask them. You can see it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. And one thing what I want to keep stressing upon is that we have excellent support. So we have a team of support people who will work with you. They'll ensure that you are up and running and your campaign is super successful. So you don't have to worry about any issues on the support side. So we have your back. So yes, so that is yeah. So we do. You can read about the reviews about how good our support has been. Fabrico is asking a question. Please respond about triggering with Google Tag Manager. Yes, this is actually Ramesh's favorite hack.
Yes. Yeah, this is completely possible. So all you have to do is that, most probably in most of your websites, you probably have the Google Tag Manager already installed. I mean, the Google Tag Manager is very unique, and it actually helps you to have multiple tags managed in Google, but in your website, you only load the Google Tags snippet. So all you have to do is that, Google Tag Manager is completely free. All you have to do is that just go to Google Tag Manager and then create an account for your website. That's all. Once you have done, Google Tag Manager will give you a snippet, a small JavaScript tracking pixel, just like Google Analytics tracking pixel, right? So it will be there, and you just have to put it in your website. That's all. Once you have done it, every time if you wanted to add a tag, I mean, like Optinly script or any one script, or even let's say you wanted to use a chat widget and you wanted to integrate with it, all you can do is that you can use Google. You can add the tag using Google Tag Manager itself. All you have to do is that just go in your Google Tag Manager, your workspace, just click New Tag. It will actually start the configuration. So give it a title. In the tag, click on the tag configuration. As soon as you click on the tag configuration, you will get a pop-up saying choose the tag type. At the tag type, choose the custom HTML option here. The custom HTML option, and as soon as you choose it, it will open up a small editor here. In the editor, you can just copy paste the installation instructions given here. So, I mean, if you go to installation instructions in your Optinly, you will see that, there is a script, JavaScript tag here. Just click copy. And at the, at the custom HTML, just paste it here. As soon as you paste it here, right? So this will make sure that, while pasting it, make sure that it actually, you check on this support document.write. So this is actually required, right? So make sure that you do this 2 steps. These are the important steps here. So once you have done it, you can leave all the rest of the settings in the advanced settings as is. You don't have to do much here. Once done, then click on the trigger part. So I mean the second option here. So this is a tag configuration. You have configured the tag. Now we need to configure the triggering part. So in the triggering part, make sure that you click on, when you click on the trigger itself, it will actually ask you, the default option will be all pages. So just choose this. Why I'm asking is that Optinly snippet is very, very small, especially when you load with Google Tag Manager. It is again it becomes more optimized. So just choose the all pages, and once done, just click save. you can control, where you're, loading your pop-up using URL triggers, URL rules at our own website. So once you click save, that's it. Your Optinly script is actually loaded in your site. You don't have to manually add this Optinly snippet within your body tag or head tag in your website. You can do this with the Google Tag Manager itself. I think Fabric, the question is answered again. If you have any questions,
Ramesh, why don't you
need any help,
share the link with them?
Yeah, I will share.
Sure, thank you. Yeah. Perfect. So
I'm sharing it in the question and answer session itself. Yeah.
Sure, sure. Yes. So I think we are mostly done. And also, yes, Lindsay coming up on video just means that it's time to stop. Okay. So
I'm not trying to end things, Sumolings. If you have any more questions you want to throw in the Q&A box.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. You're an excellent host. Thank you so much. So that's it from Ramesh and I. So I think we are, thank you so much for being such a wonderful audience. So we really, really love working with you. Thank you so much, Lindsay, for hosting us. Amazing, amazing job by you. Thank you so much. So anything else, please let us know.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for making my job real easy this morning. Sumolings, if you haven't already, you can go to appsumo.com/optinly to redeem your codes. They are starting at $49 for a lifetime deal. Of course, this is backed by AppSumo's 60-day guarantee. So you can go ahead, get set up, play around with it, see how it works for you. Once you've done that, please leave your reviews on the deal page. We love to read them. And yes, if you have any more questions, you can leave those on the deal page as well. You can reach out to their team. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate having y'all here. And thank you everybody for joining us.
Thank you, Lindsay. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you
everyone.
so much. Have a nice day. Take care. Bye.